How are you doing today? Can I ask you all a question? What makes you think I'm fucking Christian? And if I, what makes you all think I'm Christian? Did I ever tell you I was Christian? No, I didn't. So I'm not Christian. Oh, so why would I give a shit about Christian dogmas or doctrines when I personally am not fucking Christian? Isn't, isn't it weird how all the Christians just assumed I was Christian without even fucking asking me? And then isn't it weird how most Christian doctrine actually comes from Gnosticism? So that makes most Christians fucking plagiarists, thieves, pirates, rapists, good people. How did I go far? They raped my son. And I that's why I speak with you because I feel like there's common grounds between you and I. You know, we just gotta figure out how. And that's what Gnosticism makes you see as the whole, makes you think like you're God. That's not to say you're above me or below me. Gnosticism says you're your own God. So that didn't say that you didn't have a relationship with God at all. So so whose God is more powerful is my way of thinking here, because I did this without any notice. You didn't know I was gonna go live. You didn't even know what I was gonna say.
Free will and deciding how they got there. If they want to freaking believe in a nine as their God, they can believe in a nine as their God. They want to believe in Jesus Christ as their God, or if they want to believe there's a creator that created Jesus Christ that isn't male or female that we don't even know what looks like, is just is spinning around in a 369 ball, looking at us like the fourth monkey, like, what are you fucking other three here? Right? I just had that conversation with a guy outside. He was
That blew his mind, didn't it?
he was one of the three monkeys, and I said, hey, I said, hey, I want you to talk when I talk to you next time. You're going to be the fourth monkey, third monkey. He wasn't fucking. I was pointing at these chemtrails, man. I was like, man, what do you think of that shit? And he's like, I don't know. I was like, well, I'll fucking tell you, it's poisoning our children, and you and I, are not excluded in this equation. And I really hammered down on him. But I'm talking to people now, you know what I mean? I'm talking to them, and
And you're not afraid
be,
to.
no, yeah, you're right. I want to be the one speaking. The only thing, one of the reasons I shy away from talking with people is one, I can't hear that well.
Mm-hmm.
And when I can't hear that well, I come off as like I can't fucking understand exactly what they're saying. And if you can't exactly hear what they're saying, they're not going to understand what I'm saying.
Well, that's when for me, I kind of have the same problem. I actually am partially hard of hearing.
Yeah.
But here's what I did for myself. I'll speak so loud that I know I heard myself. And if I heard me, I know they heard me.
I know. And I don't want to be, I don't need to be on a soapbox, and neither do you, you know what I mean?
No.
But it's nice when people understand that there's guys like us that are trying to find truth in matter. And I think that's the neat thing about looking at 9/11 from the other side. 9 plus 1 plus 1 is 11. On the other side, 1 plus 1 plus 9 is 11. And we're both looking at nines the same way on both sides of the parallel.
Right.
And it's really fucking neat to understand it is when you can look at it as a light or a color. And it's really beautiful. And teaching that positive, negative, and neutral as farming on the calculator.
It's already there.
It's there, and it's just so easy to. I mean, I just taught that to a young gal in the coffee shop, and she's back from college, and I said, "Hey, I want to talk to you." And I said, "I want to teach you a little bit of math that I've been taught," and she wants to sit down, and when they're not so busy, they're pretty busy right now, but she was excited about it. And I said, "Hey, just nines everything, and get rid of the zero." And then I kind of told her that little farming thing on the calculator and how that's positive, negative, and neutral, and showed her the pie on the table with red and blue makes purple. And I said, which color do you want to be? That's what I like to ask. What color do you want to be? I'd rather be fucking purple myself because I'm kind of all of it.
Purple people eaters.
Exactly. Right. We're the purple people eaters. I'm the Dick King. You're the Matt King. And there's Chuck King. And I invited another Matt King, and this Mike Splaining. He's awesome. He kind of does a little radio deal. And I tagged you on it, and I said, Mike Mansplaining, this is Matt King. I said, we need to get together and speak King some evening together. And right. He was down for it. You'll like him, man. I think he really fit right into the dialogue and help.
I realized how to say it. That's why women are really freaked out because I'm like, hold on. Yeah. Time out. Time out. Tea party.
Yeah. And yeah, I got it. You know, and everybody looks at the male, masculine, and the feminine different. And we got to look at it from the 369 as well, because the feminine had such a positive role in my life, just as the masculine did as well. I mean, my grandmother saved my mother through the Catholic Church, through adoption, so I could be here. You know, so that's kind of a beautiful story too, of a grandmother that just, you know, and then she had her own children. She didn't need to adopt, you know, and she saved somebody from a bad situation because my grandfather raped my grandmother. You know, and that's a bad situation coming to a good situation because looking at it from neutrality, you know, and I have a positive outlook on strong women, and strong women create strong men just as much as strong men create strong women. You know, there's a lot to go there, and I want my daughters to be strong, and I want my sons to be fucking stronger. You know, so they, you know, I want them all to be strong and good, you know, and then fit in and know how to navigate through all this stuff as kind of a neutral person looking at both parties participating by one saying something and one's not saying something. I want them to be the ones saying something, just like you do. You want your children to be saying something, and all of our friends to be saying something. Saying something to who's cashing these paychecks, fellas, because I don't like getting fucking poisoned anymore, you know?
Right.
Let's clean our water
up. I get Social Security. I don't get welfare. I'm actually medically disabled.
Yep.
I have 4 blown out discs in my back. I have a fucking shattered wrist, a fucking shattered shoulder. spinal meningitis should have put me in a wheelchair when I was a teenager. I'm in the boat that I'm in because I don't listen to anyone. And you have to see that as funny because now you're in my shoes so you can get it because the only one you listen to is yourself.
Yeah.
Why the hell would you listen to anyone else? See, I hit you right there on a level that no one else is going to hit you at. They can't.
It's simple for me too, because I got to that point too, to the point where I've driven a lot of people out of my life,
Right.
And, I apologize for it, but I'm just who I am, and I'm not going to fucking partake in any of the bullshit anymore. And when I want to talk about the truth and everybody looks at me like I'm fucking stupid about it, it's like, fuck you. Because I don't want this anymore. I don't want sprayed. I don't want poisoned. I ain't leaving this shit to my children,
Right.
The mayor's gonna know you're the mayor of fucking Bangor, Maine. Just like the mayor of Cedar Rapids is gonna know I'm the fucking speaking mayor of fucking Cedar Rapids.
Because you care about the land you're walking on.
Absolutely. I want to.
It's not actually really about you per se. I mean, you're here, so it is about you, but really isn't. It's about the environment.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Let's stop fucking with the poison. Start there. That's a good one to start with. Let's just start with the open poisons. Well,
do you like what I opened with, Chuck? I opened with a question.
I've seen that.
Right? I've been doing this for 25 years, and people just run around thinking I'm a Christian. They never actually ask me if I'm a Christian. They just assume that position.
I don't know. I've heard him tell them you're the devil many times. So, I mean, who are they listening to?
So, Gnostics tend to play devil's advocate. They pretend to be the devil.
Yeah, exactly. I would say I would have never considered you a Christian. I mean, a lot of people believe in Jesus. I know Trump believes in Jesus because he's sure the fucking far.
But the irony of the whole situation is that Jesus was a scene.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
a scene. It's amazing, right? Because Jesus was a Gnostic. He was taught by the Magi. So he himself was a Magi of the Essene, E-S-S-E-N-E, Essene order. Think about that sound you're making. Essene. It's short for essence. When you think about essence, you get other words like sweat or soul. Soul essence. What is the essence of your soul? Sweat? You see what I'm saying? So Gnosticism proves the existence of soul. Isn't that amazing? I actually proved you have a fucking soul. And the smell of it is your sweat. Your pheromones. Are you Pharaoh? Pharaoh is another word for king. Isn't that interesting? You like my pheromones? You got a bitch whine, bellyache, cry, and moan because of me? Look what I did to Boris yesterday. See, it's part of my political campaign. Nobody's going to be happy with me when I'm done. Is it your job to run around licking everybody's ass crack? And if you do walk around licking everybody's butthole, can I call you a crack addict? Crackheads. Gnostics teach you that everything is a result of your own actions. Actions, reactions, words have consequences, cause and effect. I'm not responsible for your emotions. I'm responsible for mine. Imagine that one. Gnosticism teaches accountability and responsibility. It's not my fault I made you angry. It's your fault. Own it. There's that personal responsibility. That son of a bitch got me angry. How the hell that happened?
That's what happened to the Canadian.
Exactly.
He took everything straight to heart.
He took it all personal. And because he took it personally, he couldn't see what I was trying to expose him to. But boy, I bet you got something out of yesterday's lesson.
Yes, I did. And I watched you put a ramrod in his ass. Poor fella.
Poor bastard.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I do on these streams is a result of my personal education, which is a result of homeschooling, like Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was homeschooled. Holy fuck. The only difference in this situation is I'm something called an autodidactic. But children are naturally autodidactic. They observe their environment and they repeat after their parents. Come on.
A couple small things.
So when you're born, first into this reality, you're looking around, right? And you're looking at everyone and what they're doing. And you just start copying them. You don't even know why you're doing it. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about holidays. Why do you celebrate holidays? Why do you celebrate your birthday, Christmas, Easter? Why? Ask most people, they have no idea why they celebrate any of it.
Programming.
Right.
Programmed to do so. Programmed to laugh. Programmed to cry. Programmed to get angry. Programmed to not know why you're angry.
And I have an analogy to help you think about this stuff. That it was a long time ago that I first came up with it from my own life. My neighbor a long time ago would cut off the back end of the ham when they put it in the pan and put it in the oven, right? They'd cut the butt end off and just throw it in the trash. And I'm like, why do you do that? And they're like, I don't know. My mother did it. So called the mother on the phone. And she says, I don't even know why I cut the ass end of the rump off the roast or the pork, the ham. My grandmother did it. But a grandmother's still alive.
Yep.
And so you caught a grandmother up, and she said, well, I started doing that because one year I didn't have a pan big enough for the ham. So I had to cut the ass end of the ham off so I could fit the ham in the fucking pan that I had. Now it's the only reason why they were doing it for 50 fucking years.
Exactly. It's just like cutting your dick off. It's like, why do they fucking circumcise young men?
So that's
somebody's
showing
profiting
you
off
behavior, right? I'm trying to show you an example of behavior. No one knew why they were doing something.
That's a great example.
For 50 years, they were cutting the ass end of the fucking ham off the ham because everybody else was doing it. And that's just what they saw, and they were doing it. And you go back to the source of it, and there was no actual reason for it. the ham was too fucking big for the pan. Now it's the only reason why they're cutting the ass end off.
You know, one of the smartest things I've heard you say, Matt? I'm your friend. Just listen to what I have to say for a minute. I'm not here to fight you. I'm your friend. And I like that. I think that's the best thing about what, you know, it's a great comment.
He really offers something if people would take a minute and read the headlines and listen.
But first off, they don't. Yeah, they just the first thing is they want to come in here and fucking fight. Because I had the balls to go live and say something, so they want to get in the ring and knock down at me.
Yeah.
And I'm so accustomed to that shit, Chuck. Like yesterday, you witnessed it yesterday. Now, if it was your floor, if my floor was actually yours, I would never talk to you the way Boris is.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Exactly.
I would never talk that way in somebody else's house. But here, I'm in my house.
Well, it's hard for people to understand that, you know. They just think of themselves as just like it's all about me, and I'm going to say something, and they don't know your emotion of the moment and all that. You know, people just don't understand.
No. They really don't. They don't.
But it takes time to listen to a man to understand who he is too. And you know, sometimes I love questions and I like to get in there and ask a lot of questions too. And sometimes I need to listen to somebody else's answers.
Right.
So, some of them will never get it. He told that man several times, "You've been following me for a decade, 6 years," and he still wanted to get in there and fight.
It's because he's not seeing the balance, you know, and he's seeing it from, you know, the equation is he's either fucking he's missing the number. And what side of the fence is he on? Is he too much positive, feminine? Is he too much fucking masculine? Why is he that way?
Right.
Why can't he see it from a whole? And that's the why can't he see the square from a whole? You know.
I love this video. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I see that.
This I stumbled into like 15 years ago, and this is nothing you're ever shown in school. So in this math, you're literally learning how to divide and operate within a circle.
Yeah, no shit. That's fucking exciting.
And I've had this knowledge for 20 years. Been teaching fucking vortex math for 20 years without a high school degree.
Wow.
Just
I mean,
doing it.
I need to be shown a lot of things through my eyes so I can hear and understand, you know what I mean? And that's how I've always had. I need to see a picture so I can build.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Just like you saying that those anybody that whether it be a Christian or a Muslim or a whatever that come to your door, I want to teach you the word, and you run to the dictionary. Which word would you pick the most important word out of that dictionary that you would want to be taught? I love it. It's an amazing analogy.
I
know which word for now until somebody tells me a different one that I would want to be taught.
I think one of the most powerful words I've learned, I didn't learn in school, was husbandry.
It was what? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Husbandry.
Husbandry. Absolutely. Yeah. I've heard you say that.
Yes.
It's new to me too.
When you look up husbandry in the dictionary, it's the art of directing, storing, conserving energy.
Yeah. True husbandry.
So if you take that idea and then you look at the schools, and some of what I'm about to say, my father will agree with it. Craft and trade is no longer a part of them. Shop. Millennials can't even turn a wrench, and they're afraid of breaking a nail.
Yeah.
This is what happened while you were slaving away 70 hours a week to feed your family. They feminized your sons and masculinated your females, your daughters. That's how they helped you out.
Exactly. I'm a good guy. Hey, don't look. I'm a good parent. Don't look.
And by the way, you actually paid to do it to your own children
I know.
with your tax dollars. I'm so proud of myself for being able to tell you these things. I literally don't think anyone else could or will. So that's why I do these streams. Because no one else will say what I say. They won't do as I do. And who can say it better than me? Who's gonna do it better than me? If I don't say it, no one will. Holy shit, that scares the hell out of me.
If I find somebody mad, I'll be the first to tell you, and I'll be the first to introduce you to them because like man, look at this guy, what he's got going on. You know what I mean?
And I think about it every day. I do these streams without a teleprompter, without a scripture. How often you see me reaching for AI?
Matt, what you're doing works, though. Sometimes you do got to break men down to get your point across.
Yeah.
You got to break them before you can use them.
Right. Have a good day, man.
I'm coming back up.
You know, but some are more dense. Some are more dense ion bricks.
And that's an important equation too, because artificial intelligence is underneath the skin of a lot of people, gentlemen. And there's a lot of our friends that the most vaccinated friends of ours are the military, so they're only seeing red and blue.
Right.
Does that make sense? They can only see parallel.
Right. So like
it's me and the enemy.
So that up there on the screen is a Merkaba star. Merkaba. Or it's the atom, right? ATOS.
Yep.
The way it's laid out.
That's awesome.
But essentially, the Merkaba star is two of these. One up, one pointed down, and one pointed up, and they overlap. That's how you get that.
How many numbers are circulating there?
Inside of that Merkaba star, there's 9 vectors.
9 numbers.
There's 9 numbers, 9 vectors inside that star.
Okay. And that's the Chrysler.
Yeah.
That's the Chrysler. That's the star we looked at is the Chrysler.
And let's talk about Antichrist. The Christians are worried about the Antichrist, right? A-N-T-I. Okay?
Yep.
And well, in the Greek, it would have been A-N-T-E-K-R-Y-S-T-O-S, Antichristos.
Yep.
Well, A-N-T-E means Andy. What's your ante? Poker. You know what I mean? Re-up. Time to re-up. Up your ante.
Yep. What are you going to put into the equation?
Ante up. Ante up.
What are you going to contribute? What are you going to put in?
So all of a sudden, I'm sitting there looking at Antichrist, and I'm thinking, holy shit, more Christ. Not less, more.
Yeah.
They're terrified of the return of Christ because he's Antichrist, A-N-T-E, Ante up, more Christ.
Wow.
Christ too.
Yeah, that's so dogma. I mean, we're speaking the fucking king, and the king's speaking dogma.
Mm-hmm. I speak without a filter.
I get, yeah. I guess, they used to, that's my nickname in school growing up, was guard dog. So I guess I'm the dog.
Right. Well, look at this. If you're the dog, then know your dogma am God. Dogma. I am God. Whose dogma? Yours or somebody else's?
Exactly. Exactly. I'm the guard dog.
You got
Guard
your
God.
dogma. I got my dogma. Chuck's got his own dogma.
Yep.
But
We're dog men.
I am God. I.
Dog man. Bark. Exactly. I can bark. You can bark. Chuck can bark.
I see.
But yeah, I tell you what though, I got a lot of respect for my grandma, and I love that woman, and I love my mom so much too. And she died at an early age, and I lost a sister at an early age, and a lot of it was to these organizations and these corporations, through the medical interventions and transhumans and surgeries and shit people go through, and they're out to harvest our loved ones, and I don't want to see anybody fall into these banks and corporations anymore.
I said
pseudoscience is underneath the knife, and you can heal with frequency, which is our words, or words are powerful, or we can heal with words, because if you speak in the truth and you tell your friends and brothers and sisters how to heal ourselves, through grounding, sun, iodine, salt, oil, olive oil, they want to kill you for that stuff, that knowledge. And it's just so simple, is because God loves, and God doesn't want anything to be expensive, and everything should be abundantly, fairly easy for us to get. And everybody can get their hands on those things pretty simple, but they don't know the knowledge.
No.
If you put a little seed.
The headline that we're operating under right now.
Yep.
I got to tell it to you so you can hear it out loud, right?
Yes.
Notice. Gnosis not suffer mass psychosis. Gnostic diagnosis, prognosis, TVs for hypnosis. Know this. Now you're on notice.
That's awesome. I love rhyming like that because it really makes people think. It's scripted knowledge, and it's like writing on paper. Is creative writing is important because creative writing makes a person think and ask questions to know the answer.
Exactly. They won't even know how to respond to it.
It's creative writing. I love it. Jack Handy. I'm Jack Handy, and I'm Dick Tickle. Which handy? Which handy do you want me to use? Because I'm going to tickle you with my dick. Because I'm the Dick King. I learned that by watching Matt. I think it's funny. I always like the rhyme. And Jack Handy from Saturday Night Live is funny as fuck.
They always tell me to grow up, Dick King. And I found common grounds between the king and a toddler or an infant. Right.
Yeah.
They both sit in a high chair.
Absolutely. And they're both fucking in diapers by now.
So I'm like, wow. So I'm sitting on my high chair being as king.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Speaking of child, what did Christ, what did Jesus, what was his prized possession? The child. And who are we supposed to protect?
The children.
Exactly. And it's just, why is that so fucking hard for everybody?
Because it's not homosexual or gay or hip.
Well, it's just exposure. I mean, why would you leave your child to the elements like that? It's overexposure of Planned Parenting, and Planned Parenting is the top of the CDC and the NIH. Planned Parenthood, PP. They plan the parenthood.
Right. PP. Planned Parenthood. Political parties. Pecking orders.
And the P is something that, and I think the P is where you X'd out.
Wait a minute. Pencil pushing Peckerwoods. Pencil pushing Fritz.
But here, so warp is 22, speed is 22, mega is 22. That's 666. And Matt figured out that P is silent, and it's the war on the seed, the war on the human, or the war on man's seed. They're trying to exit out.
I just got a notice from Facebook about something I wrote. Or no, I got a reaction to it, and it just popped up. This was August 28th. This was 60 days after I started my No King movement, right? Yeah. No King movement started on 6/13 or no 6/17. Anyway, it started in that time frame. It was forming in my head, right?
Yep.
On August 28th, I said parents are full of shit, education is shit, teachers union full of shit, silence caucus members barely know your alphabet. Truth, I bitch slapped you with it. Not my fault. You do not like the taste of shit. You're all fired because you're full of shit. Truth, none of you will admit it. History, the professors profess lies about it. Next generation won't even remember it. Vaccines were for forcing you to forget. Political parties lied to you about COVID. They made it. You're all confused about the alphabet. Good people manufactured the myths about it. The television carried propaganda. The masses of asses. There was no personal benefit. I said you got baited by a donut to get injected with it. Good people play dumb, act deaf, dazed and confused about the lines I spit. Their throats got slit. I'm not the one for a shit. Good people are guilty of conspiracy to commit mass murder and rape. Go ahead. Sit silent to it.
Man, that's freaking beautiful. Boom. Words are powerful, man.
Didn't even get a response.
Man, I missed it probably because I like to read, I like to read those, and I do like to give you a thumbs up because I do like to acknowledge to you that I did read it. I'm just not giving you a thumbs up because it's from you. If I give you a thumbs up, it's because I read it and I'd like it, But I think it's great. Oh, I mean, you're saying the truth in a different manner than anybody else has ever done it.
I just want
you're saying it till you get a response. You're saying it till you get a response.
He stirs the bull in a different way.
Yeah, but what are you going to get in response? Are you going to get people, other people that want to know why you're saying it and say it along with you? Look at it that way.
You got to really think when you read his headlines.
Yeah, because I want to be a 9 night next to you. I mean, I want to kind of, I want to teach it in such an easy manner that I can get onto the next person. Because I don't want to spend a lot of time with a lot of people. I want to grab them, say, hey, I'm here. I acknowledge you. I'm here to help you. Here's some ways to kind of see some things, and I want to go on to the next person. And if they want to come back and ask a question, I want them to be able to see what you guys are saying, what anybody else is saying. I just want to be friends with them, and they can look at my page and find a lot of truth to the matter.
I guess the way Matt
or find your pages, you know what I mean? And that's why I just try to stick to really some real truthful things. I don't like to put a lot of garbage on there,
Oh.
I like to really try to put Matt's things on there, a lot of biodigital convergence things, because 432 is it, man.
Right.
That's the only color we can be thinking about right now. And we're not going to reset. They ain't resetting shit. Those motherfuckers can reset their retarded asses. We ain't going nowhere.
You see how angry Boris got yesterday? He's like, all you do is sit on your chair and smoke weed and get drunk. You don't do a fucking thing.
He sounded like he was envying.
Well, he's pissed off because he can't figure out why he can't do it. He's got to fucking break free and go to a slave boss. You know, we're all thankful for what we have, but what's his fucking problem?
You know, telling me to go do something, and I said, "What the hell you want me to do?"
Yeah,
Lady Bush thinks weeds a lot of people out with his speaking.
I mean, were you supposed to get him something to eat or something, or what did you need to do for him?
Apparently, I'm supposed to pay him to listen.
Yeah, I mean, here, I'll feed you whatever the fuck you want, but I ain't coming to fucking, pay you to listen.
And then I asked him, when are you going to pay me for speaking? I don't get a speaking fee. What's up with that? It doesn't count for anything.
What's his name? Boris?
Yeah. May as well be Yeltsin.
Yeah. Huh. That's too bad. You know, some people just want to get in the fucking ring and get their ass kicked once in a while, and I guess you're the one to do it. Hats off to you. Fun shit. You know,
I just realized. I know what I am. I'm Ball Z.
That water, spirit, air deal, you know, that's that Eastern Star looking thing, but they're looking at it inverted, you know.
Right. They
want to fucking poison it all.
Right. They want you to think the positive, negative, positive, or these bad things don't have any implications of positive in them at all.
Yeah.
Was that simple?
Man, I can't believe those Eastern Stars, man, how they fucking think. That's a real witch, man. It's a real fucking live witch.
Right. So I'm going back and forth with some of the video content me and Grace have made over the years, just as a backdrop.
That's cool.
This one was just a couple weeks ago, but you're talking about the stars. So I want to bring up we call it
Inky.
Pentagramma.
Yep.
That's the name of the next video. Fort Pentagramma. Right.
That's awesome.
I don't really tell people what to think in these videos. It's just I want them to see certain things and then get a response from them. You know what I mean?
Sure. Just ask questions like, like the 9-pointed star. What's that really represent? You know, I was like, Adam.
Well, in the ancient world, the 9-pointed star was Babylonian. So I find that very interesting.
Wow.
And then you go back further in time and you wind up with you find out about a group of men, a circle of men, a council of 9. There's only 9 men in that council.
Man, that's powerful.
Wow. And I started to see, like with COVID-19, 19 backwards, 91. It's a mirror.
Yeah.
And that was also the year 1991 I started my own personal independent studies.
That's awesome, man.
I was 11 years old when I said I will do it myself. I'll take out the trash, man, myself.
I love that. I always said I was going to be the fucking head garbage man. I am the fucking trash man too. I am. That's what I do.
I'm going to be the bag man. I'm going to bag them and tag them, toe tag them. They're dead now. I'm like, boy, he's dead. He's in the bag. He's in a body bag.
Fibonacci, that's the flower of life there. Anytime you see that, those flowers and stuff, Chuck, you know, you get the Fibonacci sequence numbers, and it's 1, 1, 2, 3. Then it's, you know, you just add the next number behind it. Look at it backwards. Look at it backwards. Look at it backwards. Then add. Look at it backwards. Does that make sense? 1 plus 1 is 2. But then what in math's kind of math, 1 plus 1 is 3. And I like that. Let's start there. Let's start with a 3. We don't need to start with 2.
No, because that's everybody was conditioned to think reality is binary,
I know, it's crazy.
but it's not. Simply put, it is not. Reality is trinary. Trinity.
Yeah.
And tries 3, yeah.
But we look at, you know what? And if we look at it from the quantum state, and we can ourselves from the fourth, we can look at everything from the fourth spectrum if we know the answers to the third, you know.
Right. What I find, what you're being exposed to in this clip is how nature repeats itself. Right. Starfish, morning glories, tomatoes, apples. Weird how they all have a 5-point symmetry to them.
Yep. You got 5 fingers in each hand, 5, 5. Right. Hey, Chuck, Chuck, those 2 little images that I sent you, that when I was sending you that, when I said it was 5, 5.
Yes.
Can you send that to Matt and get those 2 images to Matt?
I'll tag him in it.
Yeah, because that's hopscotch. You know, like when those, like in the girls in the schoolyard would go dot, 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 and then split their legs 2, then split, then go back to 1, split, 1, split, dot, dot. That's like the chakras. And that's the crossing points of the lines.
I got a couple scragglers that pay attention to Matt, but yeah, I got what you sent me on my floor. But
yeah, but then turn it sideways. Then, you know, you're looking at it vertical. You know, I mean, you're looking at your chakras always on the vertical, on the, you know, starting from low red, then coming up to orange to green to red, you know, dark or blue to purple. But look at it that way. But then you flip that on its side at that same pattern and those same crossing angles, and that's 5, 5. In my imagination, I see it as 5, 5 through our eyes as seeing 1, and that's how you see with your third eye as a 4th dimension. You know, you're seeing 3 dimensions. So you're seeing everything as a whole, as a pie, as 180. 180 is a whole circle, and you're seeing it as three pies as 1. But then you're seeing it as 4. That's how I kind of. I'm not explaining it that well. I'll stop talking. But it's kind of cool, you know, when 3s and 4s start lining up, and then 7's in the equation. 7's a fun number too, man.
I'm kind of getting amazed. I'm down here in the Bible Belt. I know you guys know Ohio; they call it the Bible Belt state.
Yeah, yeah.
But there's actually, I'm actually getting through to some people because they're putting some lights and some cameras on some shit that Matt's I've been sharing. That's kind of, it's took a long time, but there's a few.
Oh man, they're fucking spraying chemtrails like a son of a bitch today. They're
Thank you, Chuck. Isn't it interesting how nature's patterns are repeating themselves in apples and tomatoes and kiwi and starfish, and it's all 5-point stars.
Yeah, it's amazing. lot of orchids are 5-pointed, you know.
The Pentagon is a 5-sided building.
Nice.
Dodecahedron. When you make a sphere using a pentagram, you get a geodesic sphere or dodecahedron. You know, you got people that build those things, you know, but because of commercial construction, all they were trying to do is build a roundhouse. That's all they were trying to do, you know what I mean? But because of my ideas about building, a one-time cost of a hot air balloon that you can inflate over your hole, you know, and then some sort of liner to go over the top of the balloon, and then you can just coat it with epoxy, and you have your bubble cap. Like boom, and let the light in, and it's lightweight. A cap for the hole in the ground. You know what I mean? Poured perfect every time. Easy. Right?
I like this one.
That's one of the most expensive pieces of equipment you'd have to buy, but think how many times you'll be able to use that hot air balloon.
Man, that's fucking awesome. That's cool artwork.
Yeah.
It's all original.
It's fucking awesome. That's a neat one there. That right there is so important. That alpha omega looking symbolism, or whatever, you know, that's the right name is. I love it. The ether, man.
Ether, yeah.
They got
Ether,
stuff in
man.
the box. See, guys, but everything works inside a circle.
Definitely. I mean, I can think out in the ether so easy and just be out there and thinking about all this stuff, and nobody else can understand it either, but it is what it is. There's things that I don't understand, but I'm looking at them and I do understand it, but I don't know how to say it.
Right. Yeah, I
don't know.
It's pretty wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, I had a friend point out somebody named Rapid News that was telling people that I needed to be locked up in an insane asylum because I was on camera and I was singing about dragons.
You were what?
Christians are fucking highly offended when you're singing about dragons.
Yeah, crazy.
They don't comprehend
St. George
quantum physics, science, understanding it. That's the drag on it, you know, comprehending it.
Exactly. And you know, you look at the St. George that slayed the dragon in 303 AD, that's 33. So he slayed the dragon. So there's good versus evil there.
Right.
Or however you want to look at it.
Mm.
Evil versus good, you know. Maybe who's to say? I don't, you know. I mean, St. George is supposed to be, but he was did it to save a woman. So I would, you know, the story would, to me, meaning he was a great guy. He slayed the dragon to save the woman from being eaten by it, I believe. That's how the story goes. Why did they find all these big bones and all these big giants that get crushed by the Smithsonian, and all the fucking dinosaurs are phony, but they used dragon bones and giant bones to make those.
to make those creations because they're all plaster of Paris. The
Right.
head. They don't want to use a 36-foot human skull because that would tell people that, honey, I've been shrinking the kids for freaking centuries. I mean, we're obviously depleting our oxygen because we can't breathe anymore. I mean, because these man-made storms and taking all the canopies of trees down, and we need that sun plant, water, energy making oxygen so we can have clean air, you know.
Right.
I mean, man, that's the thing. And I was like, if I could give something to my children out of all this, clean air,
Clean water, organic food,
and clean earth, those three things, then they can figure out good versus evil the rest of the way. Because if I can give them those three things,
did a good
they're
job.
going to figure the balance out is good. What a nice thing it'd be.
How are you liking my production skills right now?
I love it.
Right? See, I took the things that I figured out over the years, and I'm like, wow, look at this, and just watch as I play choreographer over here, right? Because I'm aware, like I said, I'm the fourth monkey, so I know about Tom, Dick, and Harry, Larry, Curly, Moe.
That's
the
fine.
deaf monkey, the mute monkey, and the blind one. I know
Did
about
you know I have
that.
a brother named Harry?
So
I have a brother, Harry.
So I'm sitting here and then I realized it. I said, "How come no one feels sorry for me?" I don't see anyone feeling sorry for me. So I'm
I
not
don't think
feeling
anybody
sorry
needs
for
to.
anyone. But I didn't
I
expect
don't
you to
care.
be sorry for me. See what I did there? It's a wordplay. You know, these victim mentality people running around, feel sorry for me. Woo.
Yeah, people want to be heard, you know. I mean, well, they've been divided and conquered for so long, you know, they want to be heard. Hey, where are all those star forts at, Matt? Are any star forts over there by you?
The one you saw in this video is 20 miles from my house.
No shit.
No shit.
Wow. What's so freaking amazing about those? They're supposed to be on a energetic ley line, right?
Right. But because of what you're saying, I know what you need to see next. You know what I mean? Like your reactions tell me what to show you.
Yeah, that's exciting. I appreciate that.
So Star Force is a huge point.
There's something to them with me, you know.
Yeah.
Huge draw. It's always been. I drew them when I was 7 years old. I was drawing star fort looking symbolisms, you know, and I would just not to be know any one of them to be right, but I was just drawing to them. So that P that's X'd out, that's where Matt figured out to X the P out of the English language, and that's how he knew it was war on the seed. It's amazing. So true. You see that, Chuck, that P with that had that X on it. Then I just listened to Matt saying that it has whether it has any relevant source or not, but he X'd out the P on mega warp speed. 222222, that's 666. But so silent the P X the P out as war on seed. Mega war on the seed. It's mega. The dark church has got war on the seed. And they want AI, artificial, fake seed to dominate natural seed. you be a natural seed as being. So
right. So right now you're in the passenger seat in this scenario. You know what I mean? And I'm driving this ship. I got this shit. I'm gonna drive this shit.
that's awesome.
I'm gonna pilot it. And they're piloting
Bangor,
trying to get
Maine.
quit, Gomer. You know Burroughs a gas man? Barium. It's gas.
Barium.
What about burial services? 6 feet under, right?
Yes.
And social distancing 6 feet. It will make you laugh. The average woman wants a man that's 6'6", 6-pack abs, 6 houses, 6 cars, 6 personalities to match her 6 crazy personalities. You're not in the 666 system?
Yeah. Oh, I know, and anytime, when I was, plumbing, anytime I went to the wholesale house, I'd be getting 645s. I need 690s. I need 622s or 12. I'd be 6s and 12s. Everything's in 6s and 12s and polarity. They want you counting and only looking at two sides of it. One or two. You got one
A
choice
9
or
by
the other.
6.
And I would try to mix it up. I was like, oh, I want 5 or I want 9, because I just be getting 6 because it's half a dozen, and it's a good amount to have for a stock amount. Something that you use quite often. I don't know. It's just weird. I always do C6s, or C6s and ordering 6s. 6 feet down, 6 feet apart. Route 66.
A lot of men have lived out of a 369. A 3 6 by 9.
And O is 15 and X is 24, 156, 246. Fox is 666. What about the sign for CERN, 666?
I know. They're
What
trying
if
to turn
man is
5s into
666? What if man is 666, right? Man is 666. Think about it. You're the man. You're 666. Chuck's 666. I'm 666. You're the beast. You're an animal in the kingdom of God. See what I mean? You're an animal.
Yeah.
They don't want you to think you're an animal. They want you to think you're a piece of paper.
What's the president write in?
When you shift the language over there, people get confused, right? Because people and persons are corporate entities. They're nouns. They're property. They're possessed by somebody. Living beings are verbs. See what I just exposed you to there?
I like that, yeah.
If you good people are going to sit silent to me, then you're my property and my possession. I own you.
When? Yeah.
I was fish today.
Because silence is an acquiesce. Silence makes you guilty. Silence makes you a part of the problem.
We're part of the equation.
Silence is a omission. It's a silent confession. Lots of the ways to say it. Right? The society splits 2 ways. You're going to speak or you're not going to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to sit silent, then you're consenting.
Man, I want to see some of those places. I want to see some of them Star Forts. there's got to be some major magnetic energy around those things, those star forts, man. I can
Right.
only imagine. I can only imagine what a person could wake up to if you walk around that stuff and start looking around and thinking and asking questions.
Are we in Hunger Games? Or are we the remnant from Star Wars? Remember in the past so we don't repeat it, so we can go back to the future again?
Yep. I'm with you on all of it. Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Wasn't he the wise one in Star Wars? They always Obi-Wan Kenobi, Obi-Wan. Come in, Obi-Wan.
$3 on that one. Looking up some Pokemon
Bill,
cards. I'm doing 2 jobs at once. I'm not working there, Dick King. I'm not working right now. I'm doing like 3. I'm teaching, working.
Did you see the?
I'm doing so. How many
I
things
know
am I
it.
doing at once right now?
Did you see the holographic Charmander?
I did. I'm gonna look it up.
I know you like Charmander.
Yeah, I do.
I went to Comic Con today.
Oh snap! How did you?
Jay. Man, I tell you what, they clubbed a lot of fucking people to rewrite all this history that they did. Clubbed a lot of good people to be able to cover up what's here, you know what I mean? Silenced a lot of them.
$10.
It's just, geez, just to control the grid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was, man.
Well, look at the devastation out west there. You know, when you really look at it from a wide perspective of
Looking down on it, yeah.
what melted all that shit. You know, something got hot there. You know what I mean? And I've heard that those Holy Grails, you know, those golden Holy Grails
Mm-hmm.
that have those, you know, they got those 2 wooden big dowels on them so men could carry them, but they were golden. And then they had those angels, you know, lined up with their wings facing each way, and then I think they were highly electric. Is because you remember Indiana Jones, like in the Last Crusades, when the Russian or the I wish Matt was listening to this, but he can listen back maybe if he wants to. But when the Germans got to that Holy Grail, one guy touched it, and I think he got electrocuted or something, and he just turned to ash. You know what I mean? But they ended up opening it, getting the lid off of it, and it just let all this black demonic demon shit. And anybody that looked at it, it just, you know, if I looked at it, I just turned to like skeleton and just go, you know what I mean, to ash, back to dust. And there's something to those Holy Grails and the pyramids, because I think that every pyramid had its own designated Holy Grail, and I don't know how many pyramids are in America, but if there's 11 of them, and say there's 11 Holy Grails, there's just not one. There's multiple, and I believe the Knights Templars have it to be known to where every Grail is held. So I think there's good Templars, and there's a lot of bad Templars, and Templars are still pirates. You know what I mean?
Right.
As far as the Holy Grail, I figured it out, Dick. They think it's treasure. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a material possession.
No.
It's comprehension.
Yeah.
Graal, Graal, is actually it's Graal science, and science was spelled Psyacence. Graal science, Psyence.
That's fucking awesome. And we're speaking in signs. We're definitely speaking in signs a lot, you know. Esoteric signs, and we're translating it back to English. You know, which used to be spoken in Latin. I think if we knew Latin, and Sabrina speaks Latin and learned Latin to remember. She took it upon herself to learn. She's a lot like you, Matt. You know, she's been left to die many times, and she's coming out fucking swinging. And look what she's done. Holy shit! You know. So just like you know, look what you've done. Wow, it's pretty amazing. Once you like to talk to her, once you like to have a one-on-one with her, I'd like to see you two talk.
Right?
She can see 5'5", you know. Yeah, that's cool, man. I used to draw a lot of them when I was younger on paper. I don't know why, but it's something I think a lot of young children probably did, you know.
So, you know, one of the problems, Dick, is having the tools, right? Because I'm using a tool to do this that most people are not accustomed to using, which is a 360 protractor.
Yeah.
You know, they talk about the compass and the square. They're measuring tools.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not conditioned to use a protractor in school, not in the way that I figured out or realized. So it's really simple. So I mean, you have to order it online to get a full circle one. There's no box.
Okay.
There's no box store that's going to tell you one. You have to get it. You have to order it from China. But once you have one, you can probably machine your own.
Yeah, once I'd see one, you know, I'd like to see it, you know.
So, you know, so it's about the description of things. So when we talk about a circle equals 360. What the language I'm using is to remove zero from the equation. We're not going to use the zero. Cicero. We're not going to use zero or the circle. We're going to use 360 for a circle. All numbers operate within a circle. So if you wanted to create a 500 star inside that circle, inside on a piece of paper, fold the paper in half, long ways and short ways, so you got to cross through the paper. Then you place your protractor right on the center of that, in the center of the paper, so you have a back center on the page that you use. Will mark nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Find the crosshairs, find the center of the paper, put the protractor down, and work from there. When you divide 60 by 5, you get 72. And that's just backwards 27. 729. Right? So between each point in a 5-point star is 72-degree angle. Ang of L. L is Saturn or God.
Elder, yeah, the elder of the church, and man, they've captured the captured the information for sure.
And EL
Knowledge.
backwards is la. Ella. La L. The L. Ella.
Hey, I got to take
Ella.
a call here quick.
All right. So you're amazed about this is a trip for you to see things this way, right? Because I made you look at the ground. Right?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the sky. Yeah.
Right. Shit's fucking wild.
A bird's eye view.
Right. So garrisons are star forts because of the shape of them. They weren't building in squares, were they? They're building in star shapes. Right? So Enochian language is actually the Enochian language is a watered down version of today's periodic table of elements. Did I just blow your mind?
Yeah. I'm
Book of Stars, periodic table of elements. Right? It's the elementals. It's elementary, Watson. What's on? What's on water? What's in your water? We could call this wet ham radio. Why? Because it's Matthew backwards.
ham radio is Matthew. What is that? What was that again?
Wet ham radio. Radio flyers. See, I grew up in the 80s.
I know, but I'm into that ham radio because of Art Collins, and that's my backyard here.
Look what happens when you read ham backwards. You get hammer. Hit him with a hammer.
Yeah. Looks like a turtle there almost, doesn't it? Look like a turtle.
Right. Right.
Amazing. There's so much amazing architecture here in America that's just been AI's just wrote the narrative. And
I've been trying to get across to people, focus on here more than there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right
and
here.
Ask yourself how things could have been here instead of over there.
Hey, I was just fishing the Nile.
What if Israel is right here?
I'm with you, man.
And not over there.
Who man, they just moved Jerusalem.
Right. But what if Salem, Massachusetts was the original Jerusalem? They just dropped the Jeru from the equation. And then you go look across America, how many Salems are there? There's quite a few of them.
I know. You pointed that out, and there just was some eclipse going through every one of them.
This is good stuff.
Right.
And they're called Salem for that reason, because they've known, they follow the constellations to a T. They know constellations because constellations are equations.
Right.
And mathematics and science is space. And I keep going back to Congress, what they've been acting on, and try to listen for this. Congress has been acting on, they've been passing bills, and some of these bills are called constellations. And I think through the vaccines and through Pfizer, they all want to own a planet. They all want to be the planet. They all want to be the master of Mars. Like Elon loves Mars. He wants to be the king of Mars. You know, these gods are the king of Venus, all these other Saturn. They all want you to subscribe to their planet. And their planetary system is, I think it's underneath the skin, man. I think just like the Matrix, when those guys are down in their spaceships and shit, I think they're in the cardiovascular system fighting off a lot of those aliens and shit.
You see the power of being crazy? Everybody thinks I'm crazy. Does it look like it bothers me, Chuck?
Why would they think you're crazy? Because you're just being creatively thinking and saying words aloud and looking at situations of the matter. You know how they relate. You know, through light, sound, frequency, and numbers. They're all related. And the tongue speaks numbers too. You know, the tongue speaks notes. Look how a musician knows how to which key to hit.
Wild.
You know, I like reading signs. Look at that, man! It just looks like computer grid shit.
Yeah, computer motherboard, yeah.
Energy is transferred. It's never lost. It's so important, you know, to think that, you know, like a drop of gasoline goes in your vehicle. Well, that vehicle transports that energy somewhere and you know, takes you or from somewhere or to or from. And so you can maneuver around burning calories. We're amazing. I think the natural human body, natural intelligence is just so underestimated to what we can do, man. You know, you're the most quantified computer. Yeah, like, no, you're okay. I was gonna say you're the most quantified computer there is between your ears.
Exactly, yeah.
To figure all this out, you know, you're just like when you go out and do your job, you know. AI could never do what you do.
No.
Never. You gonna let Elon tell you you suck? Fuck him. I'd fuck him up.
It's nuts.
My brother bought one of his cars though.
Yeah.
It's really a cool car, you know. It's got, you know, it's kind of this dull blue, and fuck, it's like 800 horsepower, electric. You know, they're fast as fuck. He didn't go very far, so I kind of understand it from his situation and who he is, and it's, you know, it's awesome.
No, it is.
You know, and I told him, I said, hey, just be careful, Harry, because that thing's, you know, hooked to artificial intelligence. And you remember what happened to John McCain's sister-in-law, that Asian gal. Fucking they fucking took that Tesla, put her in the drink, and drown her. You know, artificial intelligence is making the decision on who lives and dies, depending on who's all subscribed to it or not.
Right.
People can't fathom that. People can't fathom that a computer's going to decide if their life essence is worth it, or the computer's just going to say, "No, I want your. We're going to harvest you." And this is how it's going to be done. Because once you're in the hospitals, AI is in control. Fucking amazing. It's unbelievable. People don't want to hear it, but it's true.
No, they don't.
That flower life. Merkaba. Merkaba. How many points? Is that 9 points?
Correct.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's an amazing one that you showed me. That one that you stuck together. I think that's the most impressive thing that I've learned in the last couple days. Time's an illusion. I agree. We're living in the now. We've always been in the now.
Right.
We just forget we're in the now.
Right. Right. We forget about right now, or better yet, they left the right now out of the equation and the classroom. They left the presents out.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, that's the thing too. It's like, you know, when I really get kind of down and bummed out and this and that, and I've seen you out walking around, you know what I mean? I love going in nature, and I like getting down by the water. And because that's where all the currency's at when it's moving, you know, living water. And it's important to be around moving water. And I don't know what it is about it. And especially being in the sun, you know, it's just a nice thing to ground out to. Be thankful for that stuff and the trees and just all the natural life out there.
Policy, procedures, and protocols create the condition of conformity that you and I face. For example, mask wearing wasn't my idea. I know it wasn't your idea. And it wasn't Chuck's idea either. I know that. I didn't need you to tell me that. And even Fauci doesn't want to take credit for his own fucking ideas.
No, but nobody wants to tell me where Fauci's at either. I want him.
So I'm trying to figure out, you guys, whose bright idea was it to wear a mask and wear up 2 masks or 3? I didn't tell you to wear 1 mask, 2 masks, or 3 masks.
Fucking Fauci, the head of the NIH, did.
And even Fauci didn't even know where he got it from.
Well, he's the highest paid federal employee, government employee, freaking welfare recipient. He ought to know.
No, he doesn't know. You want to know why he doesn't know? I know why he doesn't want to know. It's called responsibility. He doesn't want to be responsible, doesn't want to be held accountable or liable. Important words, right? Those words are important in this situation. Whose bright idea was it to wear COVID masks? Not mine.
Head of the NIH, the head of the UN. The UN rolled that out, and it's that same bitch over there in Switzerland.
I love that right there, yeah.
Right? And then the other aspect of it is, why did we outsource the labor? From a business point of view, right? Surely these American women could have made COVID masks from their homes.
Well, I know, Matt, I heard you say that, and I know 3M, which is, 3M is a evil company, but they're over there in like Brookings, South Dakota. They're big. They make a lot of that stuff. So I think maybe some of those respirator masks here are made in the States.
Not a lot.
Not the paper napkins.
A lot of it came from Taiwan or China.
Yeah. Yep.
We actually contracted with Taiwan and China to manufacture those things. Why?
Because they're putting nano in them.
Well, besides all that stuff, the other aspect is cheaper labor.
Yeah. Yeah.
saving on labor costs. Right? Hey, why did we outsource paper mills to Canada? Why did we ship the fucking jobs to Canada? So we could save a few dollars on the currency conversion. Easy currency conversions. Going from Canadian money to American money. You make money.
Do you have a lot of Canadian friends?
Yeah.
I do too.
Mostly they hate me up there because a lot of them are communists and conformists and socialists. And I think half the goddamn country up there is gay. I insulted the shit out of that queer Boris yesterday. I said, you know what? You fucks ain't even a country. You're an unclaimed territory right now. Ask the King of England about it. We should claim you.
I know, and I think they're just, you know what?
Sir.
Here's the split. Canada's controlled by the crown, and they've always been a socialist country.
Right.
They're always been controlled by the crown, and we're controlled by the Vatican. We're controlled by the church.
Isn't that wild?
But they still mingle. They still mingle. They fight amongst themselves.
I told Boris we're going to claim Canada as part of the United States.
You set him up.
One's Baal and one's Moloch.
You lit his fuse.
One's Baal and one's Moloch, and I know who likes to drink the blood and eat the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Which side's more of the cannibals?
That's communion, right?
Would that be more the well? That'd be more the English side, and the crown is they worship the owl too,
right? Owl. Remember that ties to the Molochians. I had to make my own word for it. Molochians. IAN.
Yeah.
Molochians are underground beings. They live underground. They live above ground. They live underground. You know, and that's just one way of talking about them. The Molochians, the mole people.
Not as strong as we are.
It's pretty neat, that helix, man. That's our conduit. That's our conduit to God.
I love that right there, Matt. Yeah.
What
was that?
That's
a dragon.
There's 33 vertebrae in that spine. Your spine's the antenna. You know that, Chuck? See that? That's cool.
Yeah.
What's that? Pi.
This is the claustrum. Secrets of oil.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's where, sex plays into this play, and just saving yourself and not, because that goes up and down your spine, and that's something with the chimney, and that's your chimney's your spine, and that claustrum comes back down each month or 33 days, 33-day cycle. Then that's how you stay youthful. You know what I mean? It's supposed to live to her like 200 freaking years old, Chuck.
I like how he told me, screw the marriage license. Every woman you come in contact with, you're married to sexually.
Yeah.
You're grounded to her.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go?
Yeah, you give some of your energy up or whatever to it, and that's vice versa,
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot to be said about that.
The masculine is the positive and the feminine is the negative. But what you're dealing there with is masculine feminines and feminine masculines. Republicans are mostly alpha females, and Democrats are mostly feminine masculines. Did I just blow your mind?
No, I understand exactly what you're saying. I like it though.
I like it.
I figured it out without a degree or a license.
Yeah.
Can I operate on you without any permission, doctor?
Exactly. You just go to people like this now, Matt. Just go like this. They're like, well, what is that? Tell me what it is.
See how funny that is for my permission to say that shit out loud?
Yeah. Say I'm 11 looking for 9. What do you see?
9, 9, 9.
9. Then it walks you right into a conversation with them.
Want to talk about 9?
And it's a great thing. Let's talk about 9.
It's not a 1 or a 0.
Yeah. It's just that right there is awesome, man. I'll tell you what, I'd walk you around my state capitol in Des Moines, and you'll see those symbolisms all in the yard, Chuck. There's a Statue of Liberty there, and it's just amazing. Just the architecture, just like those star forts that are out there. It's just architecture that we didn't build, not from our time.
Right.
It's hidden, it's hidden architecture right in the open. Man, that's cool shit.
She's good, man.
Yeah, that's Inky. That's Inky right there. That's Inky, Loki, Devil.
I've been researching on him. Yeah.
Yeah, Inky got you at your birth. What did you put your parents put you in? Inky.
Inky, yeah.
They put your soul into Inky on paper and bonded you.
Yeah.
Right.
Bonded. You're bound to them, Fucking crazy. I didn't even think about that Inky and Loki and being part of that ink. And that's what the power of the ink is, man.
Looking at it like that, we were set up for failure, destruction, whatever you want to say.
You remember what Todd called me? He called me a ding-a-ling, right?
The king of the ding-a-ling, yeah.
I said, that's right. Call me Mr. Ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. And I said, you know what I'm doing right now? I'm ringing ding-a-lings on the fucking internet instead of the telephone. Ringing a ding-a-ling, and you're the ding-a-ling I'm ringing.
I've heard Todd call you lots of things.
Did his monkey pox come out?
I found out I was the king of the monkeys, Monkey King.
I know you gave him monkey pox. His fucking butt puckered up and he got blisters all over it, didn't it?
You're going to.
Yeah. I heard about that happening.
Like
he must have had the monkey pox shot because he's wearing a cheetah.
We could have him.
I like Grace did a great job with this, right?
Yeah, that's amazing.
She is amazing.
And knows how that went up that spiral.
Student, she's in California.
Wow, she made all this stuff.
Yeah, she's followed me for 10 years or longer. 5 years ago, 6. She's retired, and she's like, I don't know what to do with myself anymore. I'm bored. That's what she said. And I said, you can make videos for me.
That's awesome.
I'll send you pictures, and you can make the videos however you want to.
That's awesome, man. So she kind of puts them together.
And in the process, she's learned. She's like, everyone's crazy. She's at the same level. She's like, they're all insane.
And we like it.
Warring over the name of God, but you're your own God. They want you to kill yourselves. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Matt, you told me that when I first met you. Chuck, what if you was your own God? I fucked my head up for several months for a minute.
They thought I was a floor mat, and then they found out, nope, I'm a matador at your door, not king on a not king at your door, shit talk king. You're looking for the Anunnaki? I'm Anunnaki. Anunnaki knocking.
Inky here. Let's talk about ink.
What if I'm Inky? What if I'm King Joe, Joe King? King of the Joes.
Yeah, right there. If you could put that into music, you know, those notes.
They're called, for your own information, they're called solfeggio frequencies. They're based on, you know, numbers dividing three ways.
Yeah.
In solfeggio frequencies, there's 18 frequencies, right? Because 147 is a frequency.
I put something on my floor today, and I had someone say, a Christian say, are you going to compare religion to a frequency?
A word is a frequency.
Yeah, yeah. Why not? Yeah, let's compare it because there's a lot of notes in religion.
That's why I got to laughing. I was tripping on mushrooms and like all the religions in the world said in the beginning was a word. That's a frequency.
Yeah, right there. Om.
Mau mau, mau mau, mau mau, mau.
What there'd be like, man, that's a cool picture there.
So everything corresponds to everything. Law of correspondence. Color corresponds to frequency. Frequencies are the result of numbers to generate geometries. The geometry is the result of frequency. You get the color you see because of density.
Yeah, there's two sides to everything, and there's, you know, a lot of people are praying. They think they're praying, and they're being preyed upon. Unfortunately, and like Matt said, it's like I'm not your enemy. I'm here to tell you that for free. You know, I want people to know that for free. It's like, because I don't want people to be, if they're going to be the trapper, I want to know how they're getting caught in a trap too, because they're being preyed. You know, we're all prey. We're all somebody's prey. Let's just figure out how we're going to pray about it.
What if the prey became the prey? What if the hunted? Here's a better question, right? Or not a question. I won't say it as a question. I'll say it as a statement instead. The hunted became the hunter. The deer's got the shotgun now, and the hunter's running for his fucking life.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing too. It's like I will ask that question every day. Where's Anthony Fauci? I want him. They killed all these ostriches in Canada. It's pheasant hunting season here in Iowa. I want to go pheasant hunting with Anthony Fauci.
What about the cemetery?
I think he's a peacock, and I want to fucking shoot him. I want to shoot Anthony Fauci because I think he's a peacock.
What about a pheasant?
I think he identifies as a pheasant.
Maybe a foul bird.
But what's wrong with that? He's been preying on.
You're gonna laugh at this. So
my family.
So Fauci is a foul bird.
He's a foul bird.
Foul bird. A dirty bird.
Taken to the hunting party.
A dirty bird, right? Foul birds, dirty birds are birds of prey. Birds of perdition.
Let's turn them loose. Let's say, okay, Anthony, you can either die by, you stated the other day, 1,000 paper cuts.
My Nana.
We can give you the vaccine every other day for a month.
I got to quote my Nana right now, Chuck, because she's been dead 25 years. She said, may the birds of fucking paradise fly right up your nose.
Yeah.
These few fools will know crow knows, because only crow knows as fool knows, and only the fool knows crow knows.
And there's nothing wrong with saying if there's a man out there that's knowingly killed thousands and thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, I want to stop that equation by taking them pheasant hunting with me.
Pull a John McCain.
Yeah.
I shot that guy by accident.
Exactly.
Trigger
You know, and there's and by saying that, you know, and I'm just saying that as a parable, not that I would do that because I consider myself as a Anabaptist and I don't want to kill another man.
No.
You know, I mean, I would never want to bring harm to a man because I do believe karma does come back around. Because there's things that I've done in my life that have come back around to hurt me.
Right.
Because of the actions I put forward towards those, you know. So everything's energy and depends on what you're going to put into it. That's for sure. But I still want to kick Anthony Fauci's ass for fun. Right there. That's the Holy Grail is energy. And you walked away, Matt. Remember when the Germans kind of found that and they got the lid knocked off that and they all freaking melted down and
Right.
the Holy Grail? Because it's like they released something out of it.
I did
Matt,
this
go ahead.
I made this one 5 years ago. We called it shell shock.
It is shell shocking.
My computer. Oh.
And amazing images. I mean, I'm excited. Just this shit that I've never seen in my life, you know.
No, you're not supposed to. That's the whole point in this.
Yeah.
The rooster on top of the cross is pagan.
I Mummy, International Man of Mystery. I Mum. Mamai. I Mom. I'm always picking on Mom. They're like, why do you hate women? I'm like, well, you're in charge of the education. I just fucking schooled you for free, and you don't even want to leave me a tip. What are you, a cheap you? A hooker or a hoe?
Yeah.
You know, the people down here that I know, anytime like I share or they see anything that has to do with a mushroom, with a Jesus or religion, man, they fucking go wild.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And you know, people just
Well, I'm throwing it in the mix because it goes very well with them, it plays nicely into it.
They've been trained to fear what they don't know is fear. They've all, you know, and by rights, you know, I mean, look at it. I mean, they make the wrong choice to get vaccinated, they end up freaking sick or dying, you know. So fear sells, and those corporations sell fear, and they don't want people to know the mushroom is.
No. The sex sells, fear motivates.
Fear motivates, yeah. Fear motivates consumerism.
Right. Fear of inadequacy.
You see it, Chuck. You know who the best salesman for the grocery store is in your neighborhood?
Yeah.
The weathermen. If they say they're going to get 6 inches of snow there in Ohio,
Right.
they're going to fucking get $100 out of you, whether it's coming or not.
All right. Yeah. And installing that fear or the unknown.
Yeah, and you got plenty of stuff to get you through.
But what if?
What if you're going to spend $100 if they tell you you're going to get 6 inches? You know.
Oh man, this picture.
You know how he's been doing these lately? You know, more people are watching these too. Can you tell when someone's watching these and they don't like them?
What are you saying so much?
I had someone text me this morning when I was waking up, and it was like before you start your day or whatever, listen to me. But where they're watching these videos, just some of the people that I know.
Oh, I guarantee you, somebody's having a really bad day.
By watching this, what by watching what we're talking about, or what?
Yeah, well to be, I had a religious guy text me this morning and like give me some advice or whatever from where they're watching these videos, and like tell me to listen to him before I start out my day, to don't go into like a negative or shit.
There's nothing negative about this. There's nothing. There's nothing. This is some of the cleanest things you can be looking at right now.
That's why I was asking, like, can you tell when someone's watching those and even though they don't like them?
Oh, gotcha. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess if they're man enough to say something, they're going to say it. Then if they don't, they're not. And I suppose they might not like it, but they don't have any balls to say it. So fuck them. Who gives a fuck? There ain't nothing wrong with it. I mean, what's there to talk about? I mean, it's talk about the truth. Truth of the matter is, this is what's really going on. My opinion. It's exciting stuff. You know what I mean? It's just, it's science. It's true science. And they teach pseudoscience.
I play punk you out in your shoes science.
Yeah, this is really just true science, and
This clip right here,
if you know what it is, they can't sell it to you.
I made this fucking clip 4 years ago.
They spoon feed it by compartmentalized science, and they want to keep people sick and not understanding this stuff,
Right.
Man, Chuck, if you knew how to, just how to fix anything that really went wrong with you, or how to prepare your body for anything that's really kind of coming up,
Hey, Dick,
like that.
who knows best? Homer. But who's Homer? I am. I'm fucking Homer.
Yep.
How else do you explain that I wound up with this pure silver coin with Homer Simpson on one side and the Queen of England on the other, and I'm just making decisions by the flip of a fucking coin.
I know. They're all controlled by the Masons.
50-50.
They're both controlled by Lucifer. The Queen and Homer.
Okay.
Right? But look at Lucifer, right? Did you hear what I said about Lucifer the other day? It being a cipher.
Yeah, decipher.
Letter E, letter R, letter A, L, URL, Uriel, URL,
URL, yep.
URL, if you see. That's a coded message.
Are you looking for Slife of the Sky Dragon?
Maybe.
Okay.
You got it?
Nice.
You got Spider-Man?
We're talking about today, and he's fucking one of the three monkeys, Chuck.
Deadpool.
Next time I saw him, I want him to be a monkey.
Go grab me how many you got field stuff?
Next time he's 40.
New stuff?
Yeah.
Go show me. I'll do something.
What are you looking for exactly?
Just doesn't matter. Just show.
Anything cool?
Yeah, just show me what you got. Whatever you're getting rid of, I'll take a look at it.
And this is the point too, where there's a lot of good men that have had to do bad things to remain good men. And that's just a true equation. There's a lot of good men that have had to do bad things to remain good men.
Oh, I'm gonna let this one play. Already fuck this. I should. Wow.
Welcome to America, you know what I mean?
I'm a propagandist and I'm my own propaganda agent. I'm an agent of propaganda. I got my own propaganda. I got my own dogma. I got my own doctrine versus your doctrine and his.
Yep.
Up in my school. You put it in a bus. We'll call it a silly bus. Because most people don't know their syllables or their syllabi.
I mean, we're looking at the highest welfare recipients across the world, across the globe right now.
Yeah, we'll call it the magic school bus.
Bankers, corporations, and the theater agents.
And this is all a
They're the
result of
theater.
people insulting my intelligence. You gotta admit that's funny, even funnier, right? Somebody said I was operating on 11 brain cells. I said that's funny. You're only operating on one. It's an immobus. You need somebody to drive your bus for you, and I'm here to do it for you. They got so mad at me, they didn't speak.
Man, I'll tell you what, I posted it, and there's a letter from Trump talking about pardoning Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yeah, what's that all
America's
about?
underneath the coup right now.
No.
We are underneath a fucking full coup. Right there, these guys. We always have been, but they're making it known. Fuck them guys, man.
Superman.
Fuck them guys. This is we're American nationals. We were born on this soil. We're here to defend it. And each of you guys have a state constitution, right?
Right.
You each have a state constitution, and that's what I think Sky was saying that on here the other day. Like, well, if the Constitution's gone, the federal, you know, I don't bow to these federal agents.
No.
They're a foreign entity to me. They're a corporation.
Right.
And if they're going to send the military in to me, I want to talk to the military because the military is going to be standing with me and asking them, what the fuck have you been doing? And I would think the same thing to each one of you guys. If the
Right.
why wouldn't any military man side with what we're saying?
Right.
Yep.
I mean, the military would be all for us. You know, we're defending everybody's rights by saying something. Unless they don't like life. Children, you know.
Right.
Flowers and clean water and
What is that?
clean air and clean literature for their children to read. Not having any trans-affected homosexuals trying to fucking do a pogo dance in front of them.
Right.
You know, fuck that. I'd fucking smash this bottle up next to her head. Get around one of my grandchildren that way.
This clip here is from like 2 years ago, 3. It's been banned from the internet. The only way you're gonna see it is by me doing what I'm doing right now. You know, go out of my way to show you. You know, yeah, this got took off the internet quite a bit. They caught it misinformation.
You're kidding me. This clip here they called misinformation.
Right.
Wow. Well, I thought, like I said, that I thought I got shut down the other day, and I thought it was done. But that's something I posted. I said, so I talk in code a lot. I talk in numbers and pictures and words, and AI can't figure out what I'm saying. AI can't. You guys can figure it out because you know how to read
Right.
signs. You know, you figure some of that stuff out, Chuck, when I put numbers and
Oh,
pictures
yeah.
down. AI can't read that.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah,
All
that's
of
why I
us.
do it. I've always talked in code and written in code that way. So hey, it's meant for the people that can fucking read it to understand it. Not for the other people to say, what's he writing crazy shit for? Why is he writing that crazy shit down there? What's 1111 mean? Well, why don't you fucking look at the other side of it one time?
Mhm.
You know, why everybody talks about 9/11, 9/11, 9/11. Well, I want to look at the backside of 9/11. It's like 1 + 1
All right.
+ 9 is 11. I'm 11's looking for 9s. You know, we're looking for 9s because we know where 11's at now. You another guy that used to talk backwards like that as well. This Jonathan something, and Matthew probably knows him, but he looked at a shirt tag one time, and he looked at it backwards or upside down, and he looked at it and it said nylon, nylon, and he looked at it up backwards. He read it backwards, and it says no lion. God told me no lion, no more lion, and you know, I started looking at everything from backwards and started reading gematria. And I'm not really good at reading gematria, but I understand it, and I know there's a power to it because words are numbers and words are frequency. And if you're speaking purple, which and it'd be 432, and that's 9.
Right. Right.
So I just try to speak purple. I want to be a purple people leader. You know, as Matt said earlier, it's like we're
Right.
purple people eaters. You know, we're purple, but we're eating people, and we're trying to turn them purple. Purple People Eaters by Matthew. Yeah.
I'm challenging you to a mathematical decathlon. That's 3 years ago. I like me in my V times V = Y.
I'll be back when my guys are here.
Okay,
Right?
sounds
Instead
good.
of Y, you know, in the military they say vector, vector, tango, right?
Yep.
But I did it backwards. You're Y, and you're observant to 2 variables.
What do you think of that conch thing? That thing it's by the 9. Is the conch the 9?
Mm-hmm.
Were the Egyptians carrying that conch around that key, Matt? What is that fucking thing?
Ankh key. That's right. They're carrying the Ankh. ANKH. Ankh key. Ankh key. Enki. Enki.
Thank you.
Enki's the Joker.
Anyway,
Enki's the trickster.
yeah, Loki.
Loki.
Man, I had a gentleman tell me the story of Odin and Loki, and it was just amazing. You know, it's you know, I'm sure it happened because it's been said many times, and it's quite a story how Odin's son was killed during those Olympics by the holly poison on that arrow that his son pulled. I think his son was blind and kind of in a wheelchair or something, but he couldn't see, but he wanted to participate in those Olympic Games. Is that how that goes?
Right.
And then he's like, then Loki's speaking in this young man's ear, Odin's son, and saying, "Hey, you want to participate? Here's a bow, here's an arrow. You pull it back, I'll get you all lined up. Then you just release it, and this will be all fun and games." And he went along with it, and he tipped that arrow with that holly because Odin blessed everything amongst the land for his people, and he left the holly out because he loved it so much, and he didn't think that it could hurt anything. But deep down inside, that holly leaf is poisonous, and that's what's tipped the arrow with. And so he had him lined up, and Loki, I guess, was, or not Loki, but Odin, get everybody. And then he had a arrow behind that arrow, and he had arrow in that poison tipped broadhead, and then at that very time, Loki yelled out to Odin. Odin spun. The boy let the back of the arrow go, and that arrow went right through Odin's heart. And because nothing would kill Odin, he blessed everything, and nothing could harm him. But he left that one thing out, and that's what killed him. The love for that flower. Am I right about that, or is that pretty close to how the story goes?
Pretty close.
And that's why they use the holly branch for sorcery and witchcraft as the wand, and spellbound. They cast spells with it.
Make out of Hollywood.
Because of the holly tree, because of Odin. Left that alone, and evil got to that tree, and that's what killed his son. And they're trying to X out the son.
Right.
Warp speed on the seed. War on the seed, man. Crazy.
No, it is.
Eugenics.
And I recognize through phonetics that Genghis Khan, king of the Ottoman Empire, Genghis, phonetically, Jesus. It's a stretch, but it's my own stretch. And I'm like, look.
No, I've heard other people.
Who
You're
created
not the only.
Who created money? See, that's why I realized, okay, watch. Genghis Khan created paper money. Money's the root of evil. But look what I do with money. I help people with it every day. I use it to make an impact my way, but look how I'm using my money. Money in itself's not bad. It's when you have too much money, then it's bad.
Yeah. And that's the thing about it. That's like with Elon. Does he need to be the first trillionaire? Yeah. Well, he's against humanity and he wants to kill everybody. But yay, let's celebrate this motherfucker's got all the money and he doesn't want any humans to live anymore.
Right. It doesn't even make sense, does it?
No, it just makes sense that I want to beat the shit out of him and fucking teach artificial intelligence. Natural intelligence is going to fucking kick its ass. Play nice.
Right.
It needs to play nice too. Because we're looking, I don't want to be everybody's friend. I don't want many enemies. And I'm sick of being fucking poisoned. I'm going to say something about it. I'm going to have to, we just need to call out these welfare recipients and who they are, because they've been fucking things up for 200 years.
Right.
You know, you can't tell me, you can't look at all these communities around everybody's state, and these towns have all crumbled up and died.
No, they are. My city's dead, man.
Yay, technology. Yay, technology. Well, I mean, because people keep subscribing to the larger vendor. And you know, and that's everybody's right to do so. But don't bitch about it because the way you're doing things or the way I'm doing things isn't the way everybody else is doing things anymore. We're not going to be singular with AI. We're not subscribing to it. I'm not anyway. I'm not going to let AI sodomize me underneath the skin. I don't want to be breathing this nanoparticulate either. It's irritating to me because I got to get it out of me. Should be irritating to everybody.
Should be, but it's not.
You know, I've thought about that. It's like this largest cereal plant down here, Quaker Oats. You know, they fucking they've radiated oats, and I posted that. Quaker Oats did it in like 1956 to these. I don't want to say they were Cub Scouts or Boy Scouts, but they gave them, or you know, they were orphans, I think, too, maybe.
Yep.
But they gave them these radiated oats, and they said, "Hey, young man, you're going to be part of a study, and it's kind of a study, and you're going to be eating these super oats or whatever. But at the end of it, we're going to give you this Mickey Mouse watch." And
Club later.
and I watched it. I watched the end of the court case, Matt. It was sad. This guy was crying up there. And here's a young guy, and he's having some special activity that he's part of. You know, like these STEM programs in school, and they pull these kids out and think, hey, I'm something special. I get to be part of this program. Well, there's other things going on, in my opinion, but so anyway, they fed these boys this radiated oats, and here it is in the 80s or 90s. They finally went to court, and fucking here, Quaker Oats had to admit that they were doing shit with that. You know what I mean? Well, who radiated the oats? Where did they get the radiation from? Did it come from Rockwell Collins? Dwayne Arnold was created in the 1970s, and that's a nuclear energy plant. But how are they making? Where were they getting radiation from? Radium. Remember, they had radium in all the fireplaces, and the radium was very prominent. That mineral radium, right? Wasn't that in warming packs, like little GI Joe warming packs from the 50s and 60s? I think you'd put those two things together, or maybe put a Bagnet with it, with the red felt, and it turned it warm, made it warm. Remember seeing some of that stuff back when you were a child? Some old radium literature and things like that.
Yep.
I wonder what Charles Ross thinks of this stuff, and if some of these old.
They're waiting on Jesus to save them, Dick.
Yeah.
They obviously didn't get the message, because if you really got the message, you come away with a translation saying something along the lines of, "I'm Jesus." Jesus can't. Jesus died. Jesus ain't here. Jesus. They didn't get the message. They don't do as Jesus did. Didn't Monkey see, monkey do.
Yes. Be me. Be as I am. Monkey see, monkey do. He was telling you to be the fourth monkey. He was saying be the fourth monkey.
Right. Isn't that a wild saying?
It is, and you know, and the thing is, we're created in his image. What a fucking insult to our intelligence. We're gonna listen to these pseudoscientists and think we evolved from a fucking tadpole to a monkey to this and that. Fuck you. That's bullshit. What an insult to intelligence. Look what we've come from, and look where we are today. We're going to listen to your fucking ass because you got paid last week, because you got a Pfizer bonus, and yeah, you're driving a fucking Toyota Corolla for another month to lie about fucking reality and truth and how things really work in this world, because you're compartmentalized and you're doing a study for science so Fauci can invert it and turn in good to poison and get it underneath the skin for their own cannibalism of cellular structure for their own life extension.
Right.
People can't fucking believe that. People can't believe that shit.
No. They don't want to.
You
They don't
know.
want to admit that vampires are real.
Oh
They think they're just made
no.
up in Hollywood. Where the fuck do you think they live? In Hollywood.
I know LA is an evil fucking place. You know, there was some somebody posted a meteor going through the sky in the evening or whatever, and somebody made a comment, and I said, "Well, it's probably a falling star or Hale-Bopp blue beam, you know, one or the other." Because I said space is fake as fuck. So if something's falling and burning and it's real, it's going to be a falling star. You know what I mean? Or because space is fake. You know, we got a few things up there that are moving around, the sun and the moon, but everything else is stationary. And that's been written, and that's what a lot of these philanthropists, and they study the constellations, and
Right.
that's what they're looking at.
Exactly.
That's what they're looking at to see what's really going on.
No, that's it.
Because it's consciousness.
Right.
The constellations are consciousness as a combination.
Right. Right.
And they all worship one or the other because they know how to read their own more so than they know who, you know, be God. So they'll be our projection of that particular star.
Right.
Particular star, space or age, not artificial intelligence. It's dance underneath silicone. So sure, still to be brain. They should be sure.
It's just wild. I'm about to make a drop for you, Dick. Well, I'm about to put a post on my
What the-
wall in
Change-
regards to everything you're seeing on today's topics, and how it corresponds to you in other aspects.
Mike
Like
explaining
the 9 in a way that most people never see it
when it's
before.
explaining. Yeah, there's a gentleman, Mike playing, and I tagged him. Yeah, or Mike.
Because they don't want you to see it
I
this
think
way.
this bad a lot. Yeah, absolutely. I think that will absolutely.
It's wild
You're
because we're just learning the same things over.
next is and there.
Yeah,
Other so
so I just dropped 80 pictures in a file for you to put on my wall. Part of the 9 connection.
paints you saw shot
Oh, yeah,
you just made him just stop them all like 6 inches or something, so that's 7 inches
yeah.
or just started with a hot glue. That'd be fun. I mean, if that could start with tomatoes and just, I mean, that would be a fun thing with us. So it'd be fun with some of those back item things like that. I mean, I would make items like that. You should hang a few those from your angry bad thing that.
Oh, can you hear me? Hear me okay?
For clock.
Oh, you're breaking out bad on me.
I can hear.
All right. Yeah, no,